Hello, and welcome to episode 212. And as promised, if you follow the Facebook and Twitter feed, I'm talking about Marillion's Afraid of Sunlight. Oh, yes, this one here. This is their 8th studio album, released in 1995, June the 24th. I remember it well. In fact, I remember it came out of the blue after, I think it was Brave, was the previous one, 94. This one just arrived suddenly. Poof, there it was there. And I was quite excited because it just, normally there'd been quite a gap between Marillion albums, and this one, as they even said on the record sleeve, they knocked it out. They kind of rushed it. Well, didn't rush it, they just pulled their fingers out. Collective fingers, that is. Excuse me. First of all, it's one of my favourite Marillion albums. It's some marbles, probably are up there. So I'll give it 5 kings out of 5. That's 5 kings out of 5. We're done. The rating's out of the way. Throw it over my shoulder. It's gone. Woo! Whoa! Some say it's a concept album. I do. Some say it isn't. But it's an album that primarily deals with celebrity. And although the songs aren't linked, you get songs running into each other. The songs aren't linked narratively; they are linked thematically. Remember when I was describing the old? Remember I was talking about the old concept albums? Do you remember that? We did that in the summer and everything. Whew. It kind of goes back to that. The opening track is almost I don't know. It's almost kind of. Is it Mike Tyson? It's meant to be all those kind of aggressive boxer types who, I mean, O.J. Simpson, Mike Tyson he's an amalgam of characters, and again it's about celebrity out of control. It opens with John Lennon's words. It's the sound of a car chase. Again, O.J. Simpson had a car chase, and it's a great gazpacho, cold soup, and again, the bloodstains were only gazpacho. It's a great song, really opens up the album well, leads into Cannibal Surf Babe. I've got to be in the mood for it, but it's one of the weakest tracks on the album. Again, it references the likes of Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys, and it's it trundles along, and then we have the single Beautiful, which again doesn't really sit with the album, but the lesson there is that each one of us is beautiful in our own way. But then that you look at this and you go, wow. Yeah. So then we get to Afraid of Sunrise, and that's is where we go on that road trip, and that is again it's long dusty roads, heat haze on the road ahead, plastic Jesus on the dash, and it's it's a road trip into the ego. Out of This World deals with Donald Campbell, the Bluebird, breaking the it wasn't the land speed, it was the water speed record, and it all breaking up. And again, the boys from Marillion were involved with rediscovering where Bluebird landed in Coniston Water, and again, it's about pushing yourself. It's about being pushing yourself to the point of obsession, being out of this world, putting your family, behind you, to the detriment of your family, and becoming, so fixed on a goal. It's frightening. And then we reprise Afraid of Sunrise with Afraid of Sunlight. Again, those themes are reworked again before we go into Beyond You, which is kind of it's recorded in mono. It's very brittle. It's a very solid. And we're going to talk about Phil Spector, again, another troubled celebrity. Before all this happened, I might add, this is quite a prescient album. It's quite forward thinking, and again, the notion of celebrity. I mean, it was only really at the turn of the century that people really started to embrace that whole celebrity lifestyle. Being interested in what celebrities did and what they got up to, and so this album is very, very forward thinking. It's very it's got its finger on the pulse. It really has. It's really, really out there, and King rounds off the album against another great track. Again, deals with the likes of Elvis Presley, the king of the title, Kurt Cobain, Michael Jackson, and all those other celebrities who, I mean, again, it's before Michael Jackson, fell foul of the many drugs he was taking. But again, these are archetypes. It's almost like the album is dealing with various archetypes of celebrity. Again, it's not specific. It's more vague. It's vaguer than that. Again, this is why I think people have trouble accepting it's a concept album, because we're dealing in vague archetypes or composite celebrities, where they've taken an element of one, but I mean, I think it's their strongest work. I really do. I think it's it doesn't outstay its welcome. 51 minutes. The 2-disc edition, which this is, has a load of B-sides and alternate takes and things, which is worth picking up. I just really do think it's their bestest work, and I was actually lucky to see them perform it live back in 2003 at one of their conventions in Minehead. Luckily, the missus was on a jolly. She was on a press jolly because I was doing a world record DVD production thing, and she worked in that field. So I got to go along and see them perform the whole album, which they released on DVD, called Before Sunrise, I think, and that was fantastic. Very, 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 very good. So yeah, I mean, it's a really focused piece of work from them. Again, even the lesser track, Cannibal Surf Babe, I enjoy it. It's kooky. It's them going left field. I like it when Marillion go a little bit left field. It's pretty cool. I mean, they did a lot of that on the Marbles album. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't checked it out, it's one of my favourites, and it really is them moving away from their legacy with the other fella. They really have found their own voice now. It's I think it's a better album than Brave. I really do. I know a lot of you again are throwing your shoes at the screen, but I think it's a much better album than that. Lots of focus, and it was their last one for EMI, and I think for that it's a great swan song for them. So that's that. My name's been Darren Locke. I've been burbling and babbling on about Afraid of Sunlight by Marillion. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review. Hopefully you'll go and check out the record. The social media stuff. You know, if you want to know what's going on, if you want to make suggestions, that's probably the best way to contact me. Or if there are any Rush fans out there who want to berate me, that's probably the more direct route. Easier to block you. And that's that. Only one more thing to say, and that is, are you ready? Prog on.